So today we're going to be testing and reviewing the viral Korean cushion foundation. I'm talking about the TIRTIR Mask Fit Cushion Foundation. Now this has been going viral and I wanted to see if it would work on our mature skin. So in case you're interested, then keep on watching. Hey guys, it's Kat and welcome to my channel. A couple of weeks ago, I asked you what you wanted to see next, whether it was a get ready with me about my Florida trip or the review of the TIRTIR Cushion Foundation from Korea. And it was pretty even, but I wanted to review this. However, I got 3 shades. The first shade I ordered before I went to Florida and I got super tan. In case you missed that, I'll put it down in the description box below. I got really tan. So I thought, okay, let's get a deeper shade. That was too dark. And then third time's a charm. I think I got the right shade. But yeah, so without further ado, let's get into the video. You guys, I'm still not used to how tan I am. I did get my hair done. It was such a good time, but I overdid the sun. I did wear an SPF of 50, but you know, sometimes you gotta pay to play. I'm gonna go ahead and apply some primer, and I'm just going in with my well-trusted Wet n Wild Prime Focus Primer Serum. It's infused with bakuchiol and other skin-loving ingredients. It's supposed to refine the pores. Now, if you're new to my channel, I do have normal to dry skin. I do have lots of hyperpigmentation, fine lines, wrinkles, pores, and I like using a primer that I trust whenever testing out a new foundation. Now, while this is settling into my complexion, we're going to read the details on this cushion foundation from TIRTIR. I hope I'm saying that right. So this retails for $25 and it comes in 30 shades. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot of shades compared to major cosmetics companies. This actually came out several months ago and they only had like 9 shades, which is so bad. But you have to think about it. It comes from South Korea where the complexions over there are super pale. So I think it's wonderful that they added more shades. And let me tell you, I had the worst time trying to pick out a shade online. The first shade I got was Natural Ivory. Way too pale. I think this would have been a good shade for me if I hadn't gotten tan. So then I went really deep because it was hard to tell online. I got the shade Walnut, which is super dark. But then the last shade that I picked up was Mocha. And this one seems to be a better fit for my complexion. It is 25N. I love how it comes in a little compact and then it seals up because this is a cushion foundation. You want to keep that moisture in and the shelf life is 6 months or it will dry out. It's supposed to provide 72 hours of radiant glow. 72 hours? I don't know. Should I sleep in this? It's supposed to also be sweat-proof, transfer-proof, non-creasing, and provide full coverage. Now, it is formulated with a hibiscus sabdarifta flower extract. It's infused with some great Korean ingredients because Korean skincare is probably the best around. Hopefully this is good. Now the first ingredient is water. The second ingredient is cyclopentasiloxane, which is a type of silicone. And the third is titanium dioxide. So this does have an SPF of 40. Now, we all know you should apply your SPF on a daily basis and then not relying on a foundation with an SPF. So make sure you apply your SPF as the final step of your skincare routine. So, okay, I'm ready to put this on. I think Tabby's ready for me to put it on. There is a method to applying this cushion foundation. I've seen a lot of people really put the little sponge into the container, getting way too much product. Now this is a full coverage foundation. So what do we always say? Less is more. So let's open her up. And so the way you want to put your sponge into the container, I have little fingers, so I try to get all 3 fingers into the cushion. You want to just put it over the entire surface of the cushion and lightly tap like that. Now it doesn't look like I have a lot on there. Trust me, there is foundation on there. So you want to just gently tap. Remember, you can always build it up and it's more difficult to remove the excess. So right now, it's giving really nice light coverage. And we're just doing that. We're just doing a very light coverage of my complexion. I'm gonna turn down my lights so you can see. Not a perfect shade match. I like to have my face a little bit brighter than my neck. My neck got so much sun when I was on vacation, so I like to have a brighter face. But that's just me. So this is what it looks like. Just one tap. And that was a light tap at that. Take another tap. And this time I'm going to be a little bit more, not aggressive, but push a little bit harder. I got more product there. Let's go ahead and press on this side. It actually smells good too. It smells really clean. Oh, cat hair. Oh, Roxy. Yeah, I definitely got more of the foundation. Now you can really see what it looks like. That's really pretty. And remember, I'm in the shade 25N Mocha. It doesn't look very mocha-y, does it? It's supposed to be crease-proof, sweat-proof, transfer-proof. And be sure you stay till the end where I can give you my final thoughts, because I've been testing this out for the last several days and boy do I have some thoughts. So, with a little bit more foundation on the second tap. So let's go ahead and get this one up to speed. Like I said, I'm going to press it in a little bit more firmly, very lightly. I recommend tapping it in and rolling it in as opposed to smearing it or brushing it. I think you get a smoother application if you kind of just roll it. Oh yeah, that's much better. See how I built up the coverage? Way better. Okay, and I'm just taking whatever's excess on my sponge and just kind of tapping it in the spots that I need it. And this is such a thin foundation. You can go quite high up around your under eye area. So if this is full coverage, it's supposed to cover up my hyperpigmentation and my redness. I can see a little bit settling into that marionette line, but what we can do is kind of smooth that over with some powder. But so far, I'm really liking it. What do you think? Okay, so I kind of opened up my curtains in the studio. It is the golden hour and I wanted you to see in a really good light what it looks like. I know it's dark behind me, but I've got some really nice natural light coming in. Of course, I do have my studio lights on low, but we will be going outside to see exactly what it looks like in natural daylight. But so far, it looks really pretty. All right, so this is what we're working with. I know, it looks pale, and this is Mocha. I bet I could have gone a shade deeper because the third ingredient is titanium dioxide. I'm thinking it will probably oxidize. And in my experience over the last few days, it does tend to oxidize, but it actually looks better. So I'm just gonna apply a tiny bit of concealer, and I've been loving the Say Slip Concealer with niacinamide, and it's such a beautiful formula, and it goes really well with this cushion foundation from TIRTIR. Am I saying that right? Okay, so far, so good. I'm gonna go ahead and bronze up. I picked up a new bronzer. I haven't tried it out yet, so let's try it out together. It is from Catrice. It is the Melted Sun Cream Bronzer. Yeah, I have not tested this out yet, so let's see what it looks like. Ooh, it feels super balmy. Ooh, that's gonna be nice. It almost feels like the Milani Cheek Kiss Cream Bronzer, but a little bit more emollient. So let's go ahead and apply just a tiny bit and see if this is a good shade match. Oh, that's pretty. And just add a little bit more color into the skin, into the complexion. This is laying really smooth. Oh, I like this. This is very pretty. Oh, I like the shade of this bronzer. It's not too orange. It's really just laying smoothly on the skin. That's nice. Okay. I really like this Melted Sun Cream Bronzer from Catrice. Beautiful. Okay. And I will be sure to put all the products listed in the links down below. Now, if you do click on those links, I do make a little bit of money, but if you don't, that's super cool too. Okay. Now that we are all bronzed up, I'm going to go ahead and apply the e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blush in Coral Crush. You guys, this is such a perfect summer color. I think it'll look really good on the skin, especially now that I have a little bit more sun, and you only need to add 2 dots, and that's all I'm going to use. And speaking of e.l.f., you guys, I just ordered the new e.l.f. Satin Glow Foundation, and that will be an upcoming video. So I hope you will tune in for that. Oh yeah, this is looking so fun and summery. Remember, a little bit goes a long way. It doesn't seem like it's pulling up the cushion foundation. I was afraid of that. I've been using this foundation with powder blushes and I never had any issue with it. But I was really curious to see how it would work with a liquid blush. So this so far is working really well. I'm pleasantly surprised. And of course, this pigment is beautiful. Perfect summer coral color. Look at that. Oh, so nice. Okay, so everything looks good. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my makeup, and then we're going to set it with a powder and see exactly how this TIRTIR cushion foundation will last. Eyes are done. I just went in and did a super one and done eyeshadow look with the Ulta Beauty Bouncy eyeshadow in the shade Coffee Cake. It's a beautiful cool tone, taupey lavender color. I don't know, it's just such a unique shade. I love just tapping it all over the eyelid and just using a brush to just blend it out. But this is so good, super affordable. It looks really seamless on the lids, and just added a quick coat of mascara, and of course did my waterline with the Essence Hot Chocolate eyeliner. You know that is my go-to. It is $2.99, and I just threw on some lip liner, the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude, with the NYX Fat Lip Oil Slick Clicks. You guys, this is all I used at the beach. It's so hydrating, so beautiful, and it's such a nice shade. Now that my face is almost done, I want to set this cushion foundation. I know you're probably thinking, no, don't powder it, but this is a very dewy cushion foundation, and I kind of want to set it because I noticed if you slightly touch it, it does kind of move. And it's supposed to be transfer proof. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna use the Natasha Denona Hy-Glam Powder Foundation. I've been using this quite a bit for setting the under eye area, and I really have been enjoying it. And I'm just taking a tiny bit and setting my concealer and my most porous areas. And it really does make a difference. Since I live in such a humid climate, I have been using a setting powder because the minute you walk outside here in Tennessee, your hair goes flat, you get really sweaty because of the humidity. So that's why I like setting my complexion, especially during the summer months. During the winter, not a problem. This is looking really, really good. I'm gonna go ahead and turn down my lights. I'm really impressed with this so far. It is so pretty. It really does look seamless on the skin. Here we are with the final look. Now that we've got everything set with a really good setting powder, I feel like my complexion is ready for the humidity here in Tennessee. I know some of you are really hesitant about setting your foundation, but since I live in the deep south and it tends to get super humid here, that is the only way I can keep any sort of makeup on, and also using a good setting spray. So let's go ahead and spritz it with the e.l.f. Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray so we can get back some of that dewiness. Oh yeah. This way we can get everything to melt together, and let's see how this looks in natural daylight. So here we are in natural daylight. You guys, it is so humid out here. I can feel my face, the makeup literally sliding off, but hopefully that setting powder will help it keep it intact. But what do you think, guys? Isn't that really pretty? I think it's really working out well with the cream products, with the powder products. But yeah, this is just an hour in. I think it's very promising. So I'll be doing another check-in in a bit, and I will give you my final thoughts on this cushion foundation. And we're back. It's been about 6 hours since I first applied the TIRTIR Cushion Foundation, the Viral Foundation. And I gotta tell you, even though the humidity was about 64% here in Tennessee today and an average temp of 84 degrees, I spent a majority of my time today outdoors, spending time with the dogs, hanging out with Matt, enjoying a glass of wine. And I have to tell you, my face feels a little sticky. Even though we set it with the powder from Natasha Denona, I felt like every time I turned my head, my hair would just completely stick on my face. And I felt really nervous to even touch my face because that's how sticky it felt. I'm going to tell you what the pros and cons of this foundation is. I say the packaging is fantastic. If you're looking for something that's portable, that's easy to apply, boom. I have to say, one of the cons of this foundation is picking the right shade. You saw how many shades I have gone through. It's so difficult to pick the correct shade, the right undertone. I spent $75 on all 3 of these. And you know what? I don't know if I'm going to use it again. Maybe it would be more suitable for cooler weather since it's so dewy. And it does take somewhat of a learning curve to apply it. A little bit goes a long way. I saw a lot of people reviewing it and like applying way too much. And another con is I felt like the longevity of this foundation was not that good. It boasts 72 hours. I'm gonna put some pictures up here of when I was testing it out earlier this week. You can see where it clearly rubbed off around my eyes, which, that's definitely wearing glasses and it could have rubbed off from there. I just felt like when it wore off, it was definitely patchy, particularly around my nose area and around my mouth area. It just didn't look good after a while. Yeah, I just feel like you can just literally wipe it off. Despite using the setting spray, despite using primer, despite using the setting powder, look at that right there. See that? That's not acceptable. When you spend $25 on a foundation, it's supposed to not be transfer proof. I'm here to tell you, it's transfer proof. There's your foundation. Yeah, those are my thoughts on the TIRTIR Viral Cushion Foundation. Let me know down in the comments section if you were thinking about picking up this foundation and did I change your mind? Has it worked for you? Let me know if you love it, if you hate it. I really want to know. You'll be helping our whole community out. And in my next upcoming video, I'll be testing out the new Soft Glam Satin Finish Foundation from e.l.f. And I can't wait for that. And if you enjoy this type of content, please consider subscribing. I would love it if you'd be a part of our family. But for now, mwah, mahal kita. I love you, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye. Wake up in the morning, your thoughts are running wild. Breathe deep, relax.